Today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about CVT belts on 650 Suzuki Burgmans. The 650 Burgman has kind of evolved over the years, but this 2012 version supposedly has a better belt than some of the older versions. This 2012, as well as many of the other ones, have a CVT filter, and what that does is there's a fan in there that is connected to the pulley. But anyhow, airflow goes into that belt area and allows the cooling of that belt to take place. And if that filter gets clogged or it gets dirty, then you're not going to get as much airflow through that belt area, and it'll prematurely wear your belt out. And you don't want to be paying for a belt on one of these things, because they're anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 to get them replaced at the dealership, and that's probably not even including parts. These are allegedly lifetime belts. I have my doubts, but I know many people have had them break on them. You might want to just put some comments below and let me know what you think. But anyhow, we're going to show you how to tear into this scooter. It's not that hard to get to the filter, and when you get to the filter, then I'll show you what I'm going to do to clean it off and save you a little money, hopefully. They say in the manual to check it every 7,500 miles. I went 14,000 miles and it really wasn't too bad, but it still probably should have been looked at prior to. So if you haven't looked at your CVT filter, might be a good time to do that. So stand by and we'll get you started on this little journey, and hopefully it saves you some money. Here we go. All right, the tools you're going to need for this little project. I got a 1/4-inch drive ratchet. We got a 10mm socket, 8mm socket, Phillips screwdriver, a little pick tool, and I use this too, which is impact with a Phillips head on it. You can simply use this. This is just as easy, but I'm kind of lazy, so I use that. Anyhow, those are all the tools you'll need, and maybe some gloves and some safety glasses if you want to get that crazy about it. But that's all you're going to need. Okay, now with the center cover off, we're going to remove the lower leg shield. And it's going to be on the right-hand side if you're sitting on the bike. In the shop manual, it tells you the left-hand side, but I guess it's the left-hand side if you're facing the bike. So anyhow, first thing you want to do is pull your little rubber mats off. They have little tabs on them, and they just pull right out. They're kind of wet because I washed my bike, and so I got water all over the place. Any of you want to diss me for not being on a rack right now? It's because I got a bike on the rack. So I'm doing this down and dirty on the ground. So there's a few screws you're going to have to take out on this, and then they have little clips in here, or little push button plastic deals that come out, and I'll show those to you. But we're going to take out the screws, and there's only a few of them. Phillips head screws. I'm using a power impact driver, which probably isn't recommended, but I'm just trying to do this quick and easy so we can get to the important part. Now that the engine cover's off, you can kind of see part of the engine, kind of see where we are in relationship to everything. I don't know that it's real necessary to take that off, but I pulled it off anyhow. So now I got the screws out. We do have one other screw that's in the front here that I always take out. And now we're going to get to the 10mm bolts. There's actually 4 of them on here, and those come right out real easy. You don't have to pull these off because this upper part is mainly this supports the plastics up here on top. These hold the plastics onto the steel brackets that come out. But I take them off. It kind of makes it a little more movable when you pull everything off. That's optional. Now we're going to take these clips out. I'll show you how these work. These clips right here, when they're pushed up like this, you slide them in and then you push them down flat. When you're ready to take them out, you just push them a little further. They'll click, and then you can pull them out. Then you just reload them to put them back in. Real simple. First time I got to them, though, I tore them up, so I got some broken ones. But there's like 3 of these on this side, I believe. Actually, I left 1 screw in here. There's also a screw right down here. I want to leave that in or you'll break it. So that should pop right out now, so that's out. Alright, in the shop manual, it tells you you need to inspect it every 7,500 miles, 1,200 kilometers or 7,500 miles. Alright, so we've got the 8mm bolts here. Took the screws out, now we got to take the bolts out. So we can pull this cover and inspect the filter. There's one down. This one, you have to pull the wire retainer back, and there's a wire harness that kind of runs around this. It's right in the way of the other bolt, but it's easy enough to get to. We'll pull that off. We're going to take a look at this CVT filter and see how bad it is after 14,000 miles. Did a lot of riding on this bike, and hopefully I didn't screw it up by not servicing this. It says if it needs replacing, to replace it. I don't see any reason why it can't be blown out with some light pressure, air pressure. And there's 2 more bolts that are up a little bit higher. They're buried up here higher. Let me see if I can get a camera shot of those for you. So I don't know if there's you got enough light, but there's one right there, and then you have one over on the other side, right in the same similar location. We're going to go ahead and take those off now. We'll get those off, and we'll go from there. Now there's the filter right there. You can see some debris in it. I'm going to go ahead and, looks like 8mm bolts that hold that filter in. I'm going to pull that filter now, and I'm going to blow it off with a hose. It looks like just kind of a regular foam type filter, so I'm going to do that, and I'll show you what I got going on here. We'll show you how dirty it is. Alright, I got the filter out. I'm going to set that down there so you can kind of see what it looks like. You can see there's some debris on it, minor debris, but I can still see light through the filter. I don't know if that camera's catching that light, but and it's just a simple foam filter, so I'm going to blow it out and put it back. They say, Suzuki says, to replace it, you can probably rinse it out, blow it out, and put it back. But you want to keep that thing clean, because the minute that thing gets clogged up and you stop getting air through there is when you have problems with your belt and you start overheating that belt, and that's the last thing you want to do, like I said, especially on these 650s. So I will also go in here, if you can see, let me see, right here, and just kind of wipe this all out. It's kind of dusty, so we want to get that all cleaned out. I'll probably blow it out and just kind of get some of that dust out of there. So we'll do that, and then you just do everything in the reverse order, and now you got yourself a clean CVT filter. And it's another thing that you can have peace of mind with, and another thing that the dealerships can't screw you on. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and just remember, I'm just a man in a cave causing mayhem. Thanks again for watching.